People travel to overseas. They say, let's go. I got admission to go to Civil Aviation Institute in Florida to go and become a pilot. To go and become a pilot. My father said no, because then he was very, very much okay. He said no, that the fees are too cheap. Somebody said to my father, only those who plan to travel abroad are those who are not educated, or those who couldn't pass JAMB and work. I want to tell you something. I wanted to go to US. I had my admission to go and study to become a pilot. One day, something occurred to me. And I said to my father, I'm no longer going. Since you want me to prove to you how intelligent I am, I'm going to go to the best university you have around, which is UNN, Nsukka. And I did. I entered Nsukka. And after a while, I said to my father, I now want to go to Britain. My father said, why do you want to go to England? I said, because that is where our problem started from. I want to understand how these people, a few of them, they were not even up to 50. They came down, they went to Ghana. They recruited black people from Ghana to come and help them conquer their fellow black people in Badagry. I said to my father, I want to go there to understand the way they reason. That was why I went to England to go and study. And today we know. You have to be a fool not to understand what BBC is doing. You have to be a complete idiot not to know their game plan. One day they'll bring somebody like Abaribe, somebody they know we all respect, revere, and love very much. And another they'll go and bring one Efule for working for Fulani. That is what they do. You don't know them, that is what they do. It is their job. It takes people who can reason to understand this. Your senses you have to be switched on for you to know their game plan. That their plan is to overrun us. Their plan, the plan of BBC and all the rest of them, is to help, as they did during the war, as they did between 67 and 70, is to help them to overrun us. As they did, the reason why they set up Willing Commission was to weaken us, to divide us, to create Niger Delta. You go back in history, you will see their pattern of divide and rule and destruction. And then you will understand it very well. But we are saying this to them today, that we are better dead than alive. Instead of us to remain in the zoo called Nigeria, they better kill all of us. They have to kill all of us, because we can never belong to Nigeria. It is impossible. We can never do it. We have started and there's no going back. There is no going back. Not today, not tomorrow. The people talk about, our people, they don't have access to proper education. That is the problem that an average Nigerian has. They have no proper access to decent, qualitative education. They will understand it. For them to understand what we are doing, go and read the history of freedom fighting and of liberation movement all over the world. Go and study it from top to bottom. They always start with the ragtag army, from Chairman Mao to, should I say, from Washington to Chairman Mao to Fidel Castro, to all of them. They always start that way. But when this glory and victory comes, then we can sit back and rewrite history, if we choose to do. In the zoo called Nigeria, a governor came out single-handedly, introduced Islamic rule in Zamfara. In a so-called secular and an idiot is standing up somewhere and talking about Nigeria. Let us work together for Nigeria. I don't understand the planet. These are the people planted by the Janjaweed. These are the same people. Their type was the reason why Hausa land fell. Their type was the reason why Wagi fell. Their type was the reason why TV fell. Their type is the reason why Jukun. All of these places collapsed to cattle headers in the Nachinama, cattle rearers, stark illiterates. Go and look at our news during the war. If you want to know how evil BBC is, go and look at our news during the war. Analyze BBC coverage of Biafran war. You will shed tears. You will know they're evil. They were the ones that came and said, 1 million people died of starvation. They never gave the accurate figures of those that died during the war, as to be near over 5 million people died as a result of British wickedness. Britain said there should be no supply of arms to either side. Don't sell arms to Biafra, don't sell arms to Nigeria. But Britain went behind our back, went to Russia, negotiated with Russia so that Russia can supply arms to Nigeria. Are you aware of that? Look at the map of Nigeria. Have you ever seen, if you bring any country in the world and you want to do north, south, east, and west, you divide it equally? Do you know that Britain helped Fulani to the extent whereby into our own land today, there are 3 local governments in Benue. 3 local governments in Benue, they are Igbo people. Conk Igbo, they speak Igbo language, but today they are part of Fulani North. Are you aware of that? This is, people say, oh, but you know, when they used to accuse us of being disrespectful to elders, and I asked them, you are an elder, you claim you have PhD, you studied in Oxford, Cambridge, everywhere else. How come you allowed 3 local governments from your land to be given to Janjaweed for free in Benue? Nobody can answer that question till today. That was what we said. They don't know what they're doing. They don't love our people. They claim they do, but they don't. The reason why they do what they do is just to get money from Janjaweed, to build upstairs, to answer minister, to answer this, honorable and excellency. That is all. The love of the people is not in their heart. They never loved our people. If I lived in their time, do you think I will allow our land to be balkanized? Do you think I will allow any stupid commission to draw boundary? What they do is that when they come to your state, as they have now done to Mahi, they say, make Ebonyi state Islamic state, we'll give you presidency. And the idiot is busy making it an Islamic state. Very busy, trying all he can to make it. He made an announcement today that only if we see any children driving cattle in Ebonyi state, you will be arrested. How about the adults with AK-47? This is how they get into our people. And I expect somebody as learned, a man that I used to respect. So people should be learned enough to understand when their land is under danger of occupation. Because the only thing that will stop the Fulani Janjaweed is Atlantic Ocean. And now, of course, IPOB. And now IPOB, and they know it very well. You know, some idiots come and they write, show us arms. Show us the army. If you want to know if we have anything or not, ask the Zoo Army and DSS. Ask them how they're getting it. Then they're the ones to tell you, not me. Because anything I say live on air will be used against me. And of course, you know that. Ask them why they are doing their gra show in the afternoon, not at night. Forget all that nonsense siren in the afternoon, making noise. Come out at night. And we'll show you who we are. Mad people everywhere. A governor has made you so if your child is in Zamfara, let's say they transfer you to Zamfara, all of a sudden your child will now start operating under Islamic calendar. And the fools that some of you are, you come out and say, oh, one Nigeria, Nigeria, let's work for Nigeria. And anyway, the same way that some of your ancestors said, don't stop slavery because you are making money out of it. Never you dare stop slavery. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. A black man and a black mind is self-destructive. Self-destructive. And I'm very, very happy that Pastor Chris Oyakhilome at last that is to tell you the depth and the importance of our broadcast. When we make our broadcast, people sometimes they oh, it's too outlandish, too outrageous. But when you go back and you sit down and you reason, you come to the same conclusion that we have come to. Because we see things that ordinary human beings cannot see. Way before they see it. Pastor Chris Oyakhilome is not saying something that I've been saying all this while. He listened to our broadcast. He went and did his research. He found out it's the truth. And very few black people can do that. Very few black people can come out and say, yes, what those people are saying is the truth. And I'll follow them. Somebody left their land, came and named you black, which means everything ugly and black under the sun. And I read a comment, somebody challenging Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, saying, you don't say that, I'm black. You know, when you see a baboon, when you see a black monkey, when you see a monkey, an African that is so backward in his reasoning, you wonder, did God waste his time creating such an evil person? Did you name yourself black? A white man named you black. Why did they name you black? Because they say you don't like light. You are backwards. You are evil. There is no light where you are. And you're fighting. I say, oh, I'm black. Don't say that I'm black. Because over the years, you have been conditioned to reason like the idiot you are. That is why, despite all your... Ask yourself this question. I started by, when I left UNN and went back home and I said to my father, you must send me to England. My father said, why? I said, how can I be in a university? In a university. Reading geography. I don't know what an igneous rock looks like. For one day, I never went for a field trip. Everything is theory, on paper, in class, showing you diagrams. I said to my father, what sort of nonsense is that? A university is meant to be a place where you will go to and you will see everything, you will learn everything, they radicalize you, you think like you question everything. At the university, you see people needing, oh, sir, they're answering professor, sir. I went to a university, my supervising professor was Dr. James Chiriakandat. I used to call him James. If you call him Dr. Chiriakandat, he'll tell you, no, don't call me doctor, call me James. That's how close we were. My supervisor of my project, I can never forget. This is where they teach you to reason, to learn. The most important thing the white man never taught African people is how to reason and to reason critically. How to reason. Yeah, I was shocked when I saw Pastor Chris's video. I was flabbergasted. I said, what? Yes, exactly what I had lectured on Radio Biafra. He did his own research. He even brought out other points that I never knew concerning this name, black, that they gave to you, and you're answering with pride. Typical black people. And now in Zamfara's Islamic State. Now, if a governor, let's say for instance, one governor, let's say we can now, were to come out to say, every school in River State will now operate under a Christian calendar. They will call for his head immediately. But they're doing it in the north, and nobody's talking. In other words, the zoo has been divided already. You are operating a multi-system sham, not even democracy. That's what you have. And only IPOB has the mind, the presence of mind to challenge and to bring your stupidity before your eyes so you can see properly. Do you know why we are different? You know, sometimes, all the time, we lament when, all these forces of darkness converge against us. But we don't stop there. We know that if we rely on zoo newspapers to carry our news, we'll be dead like Masop is. Or should I say Bim, not Masop, Bim. They relied on people to carry their news for them. I want you to understand the reason why we preach regularly on the inconsistent. After all, you go, the same Bible that you have, go and bring out your Bible. Every Sunday, before you were born, your ancestors were, I wouldn't say ancestors, your great-grandfathers were going to church with the same Bible. Pastors have been preaching from the same Bible every Sunday, and then after about 20 years ago, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the same Bible. They preach it every blessed week. You still go to church. You're not tired. Are you tired? Because they want you to learn. When you go to school, you start from kindergarten. Maybe you do it for about 2 years, from the age of 4 to the age of 6. And then from the age of 6 to the age of 12, you are in primary school. From the age of 12 to the age of 18, O-levels and A-levels. You're still learning. Until you're in your mid-20s, you're investing, you are still learning. For nearly 20-something years, you're learning. But somebody wants to listen to Radio Biafra for 2-3 days and then tell you, oh, please, give us arms, let's go to war. So we can build another useless black African country. Then you're insane. That is why we educate you. That's why we lecture you. That is why we tutor you. That is why we enlighten you, so that your brains can be open so you can understand. People say, oh, he insults people. Why wouldn't I insult you if you're foolish? Why wouldn't I insult you if you are hopeless? I ask. If you're foolish, of course, you'll be insulted. Do you think there are people who are going to sugarcoat what we say so you feel better? So you feel better? I want to know what is happening. They said the app goes and comes back. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean, that it goes and comes back. I want to know precisely what is happening. Say it goes and it comes. I don't know what is happening. I have no idea. But from here, all our systems are go. It is absolutely fine. You refresh your system, you turn off your phone perhaps and reboot your phone. It should be okay. I am not getting any complaints. I am not getting any other complaints, so I believe that the app is okay. Which is IPOB Community Radio. Now, to tell you how clever Fulani people are, they think that, it's Britain that is giving them all the brain. They think they are clever. They think they are very smart. What they want to do is to subdue everybody, so that what they do is that the army and the police is the advanced party of the Janjaweed, Boko Haram, the advanced party of ISIS in West Africa. That is what they do. The police and the army you see every day is to soften you up. The real army of darkness is coming behind them. It's coming behind them. Remember Jos. Some of you don't know the history of Jos. Go and study Jos very well. It took them many years to subdue Jos. I think it's the Biron people. They have been subdued. Now they're going to get an emir in Jos. That is the way they work. They spend years, Fulani is very patient, they spend years putting pressure on you, direct and indirect pressure. In the meantime, they'll be rigging election. They'll be influencing who is your PG, who will emerge your socio-cultural leader, who is your governor, who is your senator. At a particular time, every of your senator, every governor, as they have done now, in the whole of Biafra land, with the exception of Wike, every governor in your land, and of course, Udobe Emmanuel, who is doing very well in Akwa Ibom, with the exception of those people, every other person is in their pocket. If you talk, they say, we'll remove you. And you start panicking. And for you to stay in power, remain relevant, to be answering excellency, and be controlling billions of naira, worthless naira, you do anything they ask you to do. Anything. That is why people are killed. Innocent people are killed. None of the governors ever rose up to condemn what happened. They cannot speak. That tells you who their master is. But Ihechirika was bombing Boko Haram, a certified terrorist group, killing, bombing, and maiming people all over the place in the north. Buhari came out and said an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the north. Very, very open. They voted for him and he won. But look at the type of politicians you have. With the exception of Abaribe, look at the people you have. They killed their own children in front of their eyes. People that committed no crime. But because how can you promise 7 governors the president at the same time? And they all know they've been promised something, all of them together. And they are now working as much as possible to outdo each other in terms of how they sabotage their own people. And these are the people you want us to respect? You want us to respect people that their own people are being killed and they kept quiet. You want us to respect them. Now you know. If you want to know the difference between a man and a weasel, if you want to know an Abuja-sponsored politician, go and look at all of them. It was only Abaribe that spoke. Only Abaribe that said something sensible. Look at, have they said anything? And these are the people you want us to vote for to become president. You want us to vote for these people who couldn't utter a word when the people were being killed. These are the people you want us to make president. That time, they will tell them, if you want to go for second term, go and kill all of your youth. Go and kill IPOB. They will come and they will do it. You see this slaughter of IPOB family members in Enugu is a two-edged sword. Now, I want you to tell me who amongst all the idiots doubting they want to be president, who amongst them is qualified if you cannot speak up against injustice against your own people? You want to be president? Come now, let us see who wants to be president. By then, anyway, Biafra will stand on its own. They are wasting their time. No wonder they're sabotaging it. Somebody, because of your presidential ambition, you don't want Biafra to come. You don't want your people to be free. You want us to be suffering. All because you and your family, you want to answer head of state of Nigeria. Because of that, we must suffer. Because of that, we must continue to endure Fulani Janjaweedism. Because of one man's ambition to be president. And in this case, should I say 7 men? Because they go about, distributing it like a confetti, flying out all over the place. Oh, you want to be president of Nigeria? It's your turn, Igbo man, it's your turn. Yes, because of that, you will be president. Yes, but now, give us a Mietiala settlement in your village. And they willingly they give. They say, oh, there's a way to do it. Oh, okay, you need to be strategic. Strategize what? Are you more intelligent than Azikiwe? Are you more intelligent than Azikiwe? They outmaneuvered him. As learned, as wise as Azikiwe was, they managed to outmaneuver him. Talking of a wretched idiot with a bot degree from somewhere that forgot his boxer shorts in the north. As somebody said, well, perhaps when they are a bit normal, when their backside is a bit normal, they talk sense. Once their backside has been opened up in Katsina and in Sokoto, they start talking rubbish. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Of course, it will not surprise me at all. If our app is under attack, we expect it from them. But in the end, we always prevail. We always prevail. People are listening and they're saying it is fine, that it's okay. That's what I'm hearing. So anybody writing about it is wasting their time, of course. That is Sharia coming. Not even Sharia, Islam is coming your way. You see their trick and you see their game. You all see it, but you keep quiet. When IPOB says, oh, go and kill them, and some of you are jumping up and down. You think we will forgive and forget? You've got to be joking. You've got to be dreaming. Because we can never, ever forgive and forget. It is impossible. Absolutely impossible. You must understand that. You must understand that. You must. That's what they're doing. There is security alert in our place, please. Inokon Ako Ohafia in Ohafia LGA. In Ohafia LGA. Yesterday and today, there was a Toyota Camry car with a tinted glass escorted by 2 army military vans loaded with armed Fulani soldiers patrolling the village of Okon Ako every morning around 10 o'clock, taking live video and pictures of the environment as they patrol on their convoy. I want our people to know, all of you in Ohafia, to take note of these very people who are perambulating. We also understand that some Ifulefus in Enugu may be responsible going door to door and pointing at homes where people are living. Our people must be very, very careful. They will only come in the afternoon. They cannot come at night, because if they come at night, they know they will never go. They know they can never, ever go. They understand that very, very well. That is why they are doing all they can to make sure they arrest many people in the afternoon. These are murderers and killers. That is why they are terrorists. Anybody you see in army or police uniform is a terrorist. I am warning you now, they are all terrorists and they must be treated like terrorists. The merchants of terror that they are, that is the treatment that they deserve, and we will not stop in our campaign until the world recognizes that Nigerian army and police are terrorists in uniform. Even worse. Anybody doubting you, go and show them the video of the carnage, because they specialize in killing unarmed civilians. That's what they do. Boko Haram, they run away, they go and look for Chad, they beg Cameroon, they beg Niger, please come and help us. America, give us a helicopter, these are come and help us. When it comes to unarmed civilians, you see them, they are boasting and jumping all over the place, because that is Fulani's motto. The way they operate, they intimidate, they subdue, they terrorize, and they take over your land. That's what they do. But not in Biafra land, they cannot do that, and they know that very, very well. They know that very, very well. The governor of Enugu State, where the massacre of innocent people happened, has been told, he's been told by Abaribe, Senator Abaribe, the only man left standing. The only man left standing. The rest are lily-livered cowards who should have no business with politics. It's our turn. Our presidency, rubbish, spreading their money everywhere, thinking they're going to deceive us again. You are dreaming. All of you are dreaming. It doesn't matter. You take your stupid presidency and put it where the sun doesn't shine. You are all dreaming. If they can kill your people, you cannot speak. You want to come and contest for president. Let us see where you're going to go and do the campaign. Let us see where you do the campaign. Mad people everywhere. Abaribe have told Enugu State Governor to institute a panel of inquiry. If they're going to do it, we do not know. Nobody has an idea, but they have been told to try and institute a panel of inquiry to look into what happened. He was the only man that spoke. Look at the rest of them. Senator this, Senator that. I want to contest for Anambra. I want to contest for Imo. I want to look at all of them. They say they didn't say a word. They are afraid if we say something now, we will damage our chances. You see the way they reason. But we stood behind Abaribe, and they did all their nonsense. Abaribe returned with almost 95% of the votes. I don't know what is wrong with her. I don't know what is wrong with them. You're so frightened of Fulani Janjaweed that you cannot speak the truth because you want political office. Mad people everywhere. The Senate minority leader Nyina Abaribe on Tuesday condemned the alleged killings of Igbo youths in Emene, Enugu State, by some security operatives. He said the killings of the Igbo have given room to wide suspicion of a sinister. Of course, there's always been a sinister motive. They compressed the economy of the East, so we have to travel abroad to look for greener pastures. If you're lucky, you get a visa. If not, you head to Lagos or you head to Abuja, you head to Kaduna, you head to Zaria, you head to Sokoto, you go to Kanu or you go to Maiduguri. That's what they have done, very cleverly. Now, since we have defied all their attempts to depopulate our land, to bring in Janjaweed from across the Sahel, they have resorted to killing people. And that is what we are resisting. Abaribe said there must be, and it will not cost the Enugu governor anything. He is no longer seeking for re-election. So I see no reason why he should not be able to constitute a panel of inquiry. And nobody can impeach him because if they try it, they know what will come their way. It will never, ever, ever happen. So we do not know what is happening. I do not know. I do not know. Please, very, very important that our people understand this, that the Enugu State governor has been told, go and constitute a panel of inquiry, and he must do it, to find out. We want to prove to the world what happened. But I'm sure the Fulanis won't let him. We want to prove to the world what happened in Enugu. We want to let the world understand that the Zoo army and police, that they are terrorists. Zoo is Nigeria. That they are terrorists. These are the things that the world must bear in mind. And that is why we must remain resolute and relentless. The time now is top of the hour. A minute past 8 p.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And the whole world is listening. The whole world, our people must be very, very careful. And always video them. Always take pictures of them. Very, very important. Anytime you see, take these videos from a safe distance. Very, very important. Wherever you see them, you must take their videos. Because they have a habit of lying and denying the atrocities that they commit. Very evil. They want to do all these things. Go to your villages now. Most of the forests, you have Fulani settlements there. Some of you living in Enugu, you cannot tell me you have not seen them. When you travel to other places, do you live in the bush? We are in Oduduwa territory. We are in Janjaweed. We are in Hausa land. Are we not? Can't our people reason? Do we live in the forest? They come to our land, they go to the forest, they take it by force. So in a few years' time, they will tell us that we must have an emir, the emir of our people. And because of somebody's stupidity, the same thing we are suffering today, because of Azikiwe's stupidity, see where we are today. Azikiwe wanted to be prime minister of one Nigeria. Because of that, he showed our people, look at the mess we are in today. Look at the mess he left us with. The same rubbish is about to repeat itself. And our people are busy talking rubbish. Presidency. Go and look at the history of colonialism. Those that fought to end colonial rule. Look at what they did to Zeke. If you don't have any brain, go and check it very well. Ironsi was there and they killed him. Did the world fall to pieces? The answer is no. Fulani took over. I want our people to reason, please. Go and reason very, very well. And this very evening, you know these people... We are prepared. If you are a Biafran, if you're a Biafran or an Igbo man, woman, army or police or DSS, and they send you and you run out, you're coming. IFEP, what are you? Because they have promised you promotion, you will die. You will die because anybody in that uniform is seen as a Janjaweed. Once you're in that uniform and you're outside, you're seen as a Janjaweed. That is who you are to. You're a terrorist to us. For your information. For your information. Now let me tell you precisely what they are reporting, so that the world may know and bear us witness. And I want this news to be put everywhere, so that the Fulefu and their parents will know. You know, most of them, their father is from the north, and they fathered them, and they gave birth to rubbish, a lineage of nonsense. Nigerian Army cautions soldiers over alleged killings of DSS operatives by IPOB members, directs them to wear mufti in public. The Nigerian Army is saying, do not wear your uniform outside your barracks. We don't want you to be attacked by IPOB. Anything that happens to you is your business. Even if you're wearing mufti, we know you. Once you're a soldier, we will find you, we will know where you are. If you're in a public transport, you are gone. Wherever we find it, copy what I'm saying. Send it to Trump, send it to Pompeo, send it to Queen Elizabeth, send it to David Cameron, is what I'm saying. If we find you anywhere, you are a goner. You are gone. For killing unarmed people. Almost every 6 months, you must kill people who are unarmed. Innocent people. And now you want to wear mufti and come outside. That's what it was reported by Sahara reporters. In an internal signal dispatched to different formations unit commanders, the Nigerian Army asked all troops to be on their alert and to avoid individual movement in uniforms outside the barracks. Efulefu, what does that tell you? Okoko, what does that tell you? They know. They know. Do you know we don't fight like cowards? We tell you what we are going to do before we do it. So you know. That's who we are. And we are telling them, even if you wear mufti and you have started something you cannot finish,